Hello friend, I welcome you to my channel Laser Graphics and Multimedia. My name is Rafi Yakub right here, and in today's video you are going to learn how to create a stylish roll-up banner in Illustrator print ready template step-by-step tutorial. But before I dive into the tutorial, if you are very new to this channel, please remember to hit on the subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so each time I post content about Illustrator, you'll be notified. So with that being said, let's get started and see how you create a stylish roll-up banner with Illustrator. Go to the home tab right here, go to File, and make sure you click on New. Then from the point right here, this is where you need to type in the name of your design. So at this point here, we have to type in stylish banner, okay? And then make sure this is inches right here. Make sure you choose inches. And then right here, make sure your size is 13.9. Your height should be 32 point something. And then right here, make sure your color here should be CMYK. Then your resolution should always be 300 because this is a print design. Finally, you click on create. Alright, so you can press Ctrl- to zoom in and Ctrl- to zoom in. So once you are able to create a new workspace, the next thing you need to do is to start to play with shapes and color to form a kind of stylish banner. So the first thing we need to do is to go to our toolbar right here. We need to click and hold down. This time around, make sure you choose rectangle. So having chosen your rectangle, you can draw a rectangle from the top down below right here. Okay. So you can be sure that you come to the appearance panel right here. Make sure no fill. And then you can add a stroke width. You can make it 2. Okay. Next thing you need to do is to come back to your toolbar right here. This time around, you have to click on hold down and choose your pen tools. So having chosen your pen tools, you have to make some parts this way. And press Ctrl key down to cut. So you are going to have a stuff like this. Then you have to come down to the bottom also and press Shift key to make another stroke. And press Ctrl key down to cut. So you have something like this. Okay. So you can take this down a little bit. All right. So one more thing we can do here is to make sure that we select everything this way. So having select everything, you have to go back to your toolbar. So this time around, you have to choose your shape builder tools. When you choose your shape builder tool, then you have to fill some of the area that is really necessary. So from the top right here, we have to make sure we come here and we choose stroke fill, color fill, and then we come to the stroke. We make sure there is no stroke fill. So we have to just double click. So once you double click, you'll be able to add a color into that particular area. So you can press the delete key and select this and press the delete key because that is the outside of the design. So we don't need that area. You can select this one also and press the delete key. We don't need it anymore. Okay. So you can select everything again and go back to your shape builder tools. Select your shape builder tools and then we have to fill this bottom right here. So you can come to the color fill from the appearance panel. This time around, I'm filling it with this green color. And then you have to come to the stroke, no stroke. Then you have to come down below here, double click here. This allows you to fill the appropriate color of your choice. So we are done with that. So we can select this and press the delete key on our keyboard. And we select this one also and press the delete key on our keyboard because we don't need those areas. Okay. So the next thing we can do right here is to press Ctrl+ to zoom out and Ctrl+ to zoom out. Then we can press letter H to move to our freehand move tool. So one more thing we can do right here is to add some overlay shape at this point here. So for you to do that, you just have to come back to your toolbar, click and hold down, and make sure you choose your pen tools. And having chosen your pen tools, you just have to start from the top and press Shift key down and make a stroke like this and press Ctrl key to cut. Okay. Now, for us to be able to differentiate from this stuff, so we can change the color of this stroke from black to red. So we'll be able to see what we have right here. So you can see it here that it is red. Now, one more thing we can do here is that we can just go back to our pen tools again and click and hold down, choose our pen tools again. Then from the node right here, we have to make sure we create an anchor point here, and we make sure this is connect this way. So we make sure this is coming outside and press Ctrl key down to cut. Then we have to make another anchor point right here, and we make sure this is also outside a little bit, and we press Ctrl key down to cut. Now, one more thing we can do here is that we can select this particular shape right here, press Alt key and drag, so we can take this for one side. Okay. Next thing we can do is to select everything. So this time around, we need to go back to our shape builder tool. Then we have to come to the fill. So we can equally change the fill color to green, and we can come here from the stroke and make sure no fill, no stroke, and we come here, we double click here, so we're going to have something like this. Okay, so what we can do now is to select this red shape, red stroke, and press the delete key on our keyboard. We select the red this one here also, we press the delete key on our keyboard, we select this and delete. This one also, this red here, we select it and press the delete key. So we are left with this one here, and so we have to select this time around, and we press the delete key on our keyboard. So then we have to select this and press the delete key. Now we have to fall back to this particular shape here, and we make sure that we take this back. Then we can align it properly, and come to the alignment panel and align to the top. Then we can right click this time around of the shape, and we go to arrange, and we go to send to back. So we have something like this. Then we can press Ctrl minus just to zoom in, and letter H. This allows us to move to the pick tools, and we can go back to our move tool. Okay. Next thing we can do here is to bring in picture into our banner. So we have to go to Home tab right here. We go to File. Then from File, we have to look for Place. And then from the point here, you have to locate where you have your image. So I'm using this image right here. I'm clicking on Place. And then you just have to drag and place the image. Okay, so next thing you need to do is to right click on the image, go to arrange, and choose send to back. Then we have to select this particular dark shape. This time around, we have to come to the opacity. We turn down the opacity so we'll be able to see what is going on. And then we have to select this green shape also, and we come to the opacity, we turn it down for now also, so we'll be able to see everything we are doing right here. So we have to select this particular shape right here. We have to select the image, and then we try to adjust the image in a little bit. So I prefer it this way. Then we have to press Shift key and select the black shape, and right click on the shape, and this time around we choose create clipping mask. So the image is going to be power clip inside the shape. Next thing we need to do is to fall back to this green shape right here. We can control the opacity of this green shape, and we can increase it more a little bit. Can make it 90%. Okay. So next thing we can do is we can select this particular shape, green shape right here, and make sure you come to the stroke from the appearance panel and make sure no stroke. So everything is going to look perfect and clean. So at this point here, the next thing we need to do is to add text and icons into our banner. Okay.